Okay, so we're going to be starting day three, flight school day three today. It was supposed to start at 2100 Eastern time, 9 p.m. Chief was running a little bit late. He had some things that he had to do, so we're starting about maybe 40 minutes behind schedule, but that's okay. So as soon as I get loaded in and everything, we'll get this thing kicked off.
User left your channel.
Alrighty, and I think I lost the chief. And I did. Where am I going to
Channel
move
switched.
up? Alright, and away we go.
All right, can you hear me?
Absolutely, loud and clear.
If at any time my voice starts to get garbled, just let me know.
Okay, will do.
All right, so day three. So the big thing here is resupply missions. It's going to be 5 lines: airdropping, sling loading, air assault, and reinforcement missions, flight under fire, and then countermeasure information and employment. So starting from the top here, first thing first, one of the most common things we do with the Phoenix is resupply missions along with reinforcement. As you go into any, task force operation, the first thing we do is we set this stuff up. So that's, go to the resupply point, fill up or load the cargo there, so that if you do get a reinforcement mission, a lot of the times that you can actually do both resupply and reinforcement at the same time. The resupply boxes we really only ever do with the Blackhawk. Just know that the Chinook can carry an additional box in addition to the ones that you see next to the ammo trucks over there. And that's the big ones. Those are for resupplying the vehicles.
Okay, I was curious about those the big ones over there. So those can be carried in the Chinook.
Well, they're slung load underneath the Chinook.
Oh,
You can't actually
right.
load them in.
Okay, yeah. Question about loading up a supply box in the Black Hawk. Does that take away from any of the passenger capacity?
It does not.
Oh, okay,
Which
great.
you think it would, but it doesn't.
So we can load up a supply box and still carry our 14 passengers.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome.
Just a quick grading standard here. There's 8 different things that you're grading on, 5 points apiece. So there's comms, 5 lines resupply, sling load, air assault, threat detection, countermeasure, and then threat evasion. So some of those will kind of go throughout the entire day, and then some other ones only apply for that specific section. So what stands out the most is your comms. You got to maintain that throughout the entire time, and then everything else pretty much will fall into place as we get to it.
Okay, copy. We'll get there. Never mind.
All right. All right. So as part of a resupply mission, the first thing you're going to get is a 5 line. So as it suggests, there's 5 different lines within that. Line 1 is going to be your pickup grid, marker, and description. So the description could be, on top of a building, something like that. It's going to be specific to where you're going to pick up that box for the line 1. So a lot of the times you'll hear Gravia Air Base, right? So it's understood that we know where the resupply point is. They're not necessarily going to give you a grid for that pickup. Line 2 is quite simply destination grid. You're going to get in the current FTX, you're going to get a grid. They may give you a keypad designation, and that's going to be, if you look at like your numpad 1 2 3 4 5 3 9, and then overlay that into a 100-meter grid square. So if someone says keypad 5, it's like right in the middle of that grid square. So sometimes you get some that are like between 7 and 8 or whatever. So we'll just pick one or the other. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. Line 3 is going to be any types of hazards. So, this is specific to the drop zone. So, trees, power lines, buildings, rolling terrain, mountains, rivers, anything like that poses a threat to the aircraft. So it does not include any friendly or enemy composition. That's not until line 4. Line 4 will give you sit rep. So typically you hear something along the lines of, hey, enemy contact last 5 minutes, 30 seconds, or whatever the case may be, or currently in contact with XYZ. So it could be small arms, heavy small arms, or not heavy. That's kind of a misnomer, but, or they'll say, if you hear anything like, currently, and they usually do a pretty good job of not doing this to you, but they'll say, taking, medium arms fire from like say a 50 cal or a dishcom or something like that. Those types of situations you generally don't want to go in there, and then they'll typically give you an enemy location with a distance and direction. So they'll say 150 meters to the north, or they could give you a bearing, or any other type of pre-designated point that they've set up with you prior to your drop there. Then line 5 is going to be any other remarks that they have, what type of airdrop that they want. So either air or a resupply airdrop or a sling load. You'll hear any of those, and then along with an ingress and egress bearing. So doctrinally, bearing is a little more specific than saying from the northwest or to the west or something like that. So tonight you will hear a bearing. So just make sure that you can translate that into an appropriate direction for you.
Okay.
All right. So then, they give you an example here. So Dagger will say, Phoenix is Dagger on 7-0, stand by for 5 line. And they will either say resupply there or they'll say it in line 5. And then you can see the example there. Pickup grid is 24, 145, marked by green smoke or gravity airbase. Destination grid. So we won't always hear destination grid. Sometimes we'll say line 2 because we know that's where the destination is. That's the whole point of having 5 lines, is so that your comms over the radio are a little more discreet. So you'll say line 2, 153, 179er. Line 3, hazards, or we'll say trees, power lines, any of that stuff. Line 4, last contact with enemy 5 minutes ago, small arms from the north. And then here they got recommend low approach, and then the bearings there, you see. And they'll say high copy. And now you will have the responsibility to read that back. So what my recommendation is either use, Texart Hardman has actually a pretty nice cheat sheet that he's put together. You can use that, or you can do what I do, and I just write in a notebook. So for example, they always come, when you get to cast, they talk about types. There's an extra little piece in there, but if they say, for example, pick up, I'll either write a 1 and then just write the grid out real quick for line 2. I'll write out that grid. I don't write full words, so I'll write, when they talk about friendlies, I'll write an F. They'll say the distance, and then I would literally like kindergarten this, and I'll draw an arrow that represents the cardinal direction that's set. So north is an up arrow, south is a down arrow, and if it's an angle, south, east, southwest. Type of scenario. So doesn't have to be like super specific in that case. If they give you a bearing, just write the bearing down. Does that make sense?
Affirm.
Perfect.
I actually have downloaded and printed out. I have an entire book of nothing but 5 lines and cast check-ins and whatnot. So I have that sitting right next to me.
Perfect. All right, so the next part here is airdropping and sling loading and what the difference is. So airdropping, you're going to load it into the Blackhawk, and then when you go to your drop zone, you're going to fly right over it, and then you're going to time it just perfectly at the right altitude and right speed so that it lands exactly where they want it to. So the standard for the airdrop is within 100 meters, but we want to see within 50 as a general goal. So the other version is sling loading. You're literally going to, hover over the aircraft or hover over the resupply box. You're going to pick it up with the ropes, and then you're going to fly it wherever. As you see in past trainings, is it can get a little weird. So generally, one of the things you can do is slow your aircraft down, and there'll be indicators, and we'll talk about that once we do the demo. So where do you use each one? All right. So airdropping is a little less accurate than sling loading. So if you're going into a drop zone that has, enemy fire, that's probably going to be the preferred method. If it's a little, and they, are in the middle of a city, we don't want it to land on a roof or anything like that, then we're probably going to choose a sling load. Sling loading, you can do it at a hot drop zone, but it's generally not recommended. So we prefer to go the airdrop route.
Copy that.
All right. So at this point, we'll go ahead and hop into Blackhawk. We'll fly over to the resupply, and then we'll kind of talk about loading that into the bird, which I believe you already know how to do, right?
Affirm.
Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and get set up in this Blackhawk.
Copy.
All right, whenever you're ready, full airbase comms, take us over to the drop box, land next to one of them, and then spool down.
Okay, copy. Gravity Air Base Phoenix 2-3, signing on 7-0, 1 times UH-60 Blackhawk, spooling at Mike 3 helicopter parking. Gravity Air Base Phoenix 2-3, lifting from Mike 3 helicopter parking, taxiing to rearm resupply. Gravity Air Base Phoenix 2-3 on the deck at rearm resupply, spooling down.
All right, go ahead and hop out.
Copy.
All right. So as you know, to load this in the box, you're going to ACE interact with it. And so a lot of people, when you come up here and you see the icon there, you're going to see that where it says load. You don't actually necessarily have to go and select the Blackhawk. You can just select a load, and it'll choose the closest bird. So it's just kind of tidbit there.
Oh, that's good to know.
You can go ahead and load this one.
I'm loading it now.
Okay.
75% complete.
Alrighty. Perfect. All right. So I want to, now that we got loading out of the way, I want to talk a little bit about the actual airdrop itself. So the rule that I tell you to follow, and this is great for a beginner. So it's 150 kmh, 50 meters AGL. All right. So if I give you a grid, right, and you're trying to figure out what AGL altitude is, so mountains are taller than where we're at now. So if you go ahead and open up your C tab, you will see our current location at this point is 18 meters AGL. So if I ask you to do a supply drop right where we're standing, you'll have to take 50, add the 18, and then you get 68. Does that make sense? So you want to be 68 meters ASL when you come in for this drop. And what you'll do is you're going to hit your altimeter watch up, and it'll show you where you're at in reference to the sea level. So CTAP says 18, altimeter watch says 17, close enough. Does that make sense?
Affirm.
All right. So, because I'm going to give you a 5-line here, just that after we're done with the explanation here, and it's going to throw you for a little loop, I think.
Okay.
Once we go in and do the drop. So, for the drop itself, okay. So once you're in the bird, it's an ACE interact. You're going to choose cargo, and then a little menu is going to pop up. You're going to select your cargo, and then you're going to time it right. You're going to hit airdrop or drop, and then it's going to take 3 seconds. So these are 3-second boxes. So you have to anticipate how long it's going to take you to travel in 3 seconds, so that when that box falls out, it's about where you need it to be. So if you look at the front of the bird, right, you're going to see these 2 little sensors, one here and one right here. All right. So if you look at, those are in line with the pilot seat. So you can use those as a reference to aim the bird, because once you go into that menu, you no longer have any flight controls, right? So you can't turn left, you can't turn right, you can't speed up, slow down, gain altitude, lose altitude. It's where you have it. Once you enter that menu is where the bird's going to go. So as you get more experience, you can say, oh, I'm a little off to the right, and you can give it a little bit of, left turn as you go into that menu. And if you do everything just right, you'll be right over your drop zone. All right, so that's aiming. All right, so the next piece is, when do you drop it? So if you look at the window, about halfway up the window is the top of the instrument panel. You see it?
Affirm.
All right, so since we have the waypoint markers enabled for this location, once that waypoint marker ducks behind the top of that instrument panel, that's when you hit it. It's not perfect. It'll get you close, though. And then from there, you can kind of get, through practice, fine-tune when to actually hit that button.
Okay, copy that.
Do you have any questions on airdropping?
No questions. The only question I have is, and I know that this will come with time, I never know when to call 30 seconds.
No worries. I usually use 2.5 clicks. If you're doing air supply or airdrop, that's about right. If you're doing like a reinforcement, you'll probably want to be a little bit closer than that, just because as you come in, it's going to be slow. And keep in mind, the 30 seconds, it doesn't have to be to the T. It just needs to be generally 30 seconds. So plus or minus 15 on either side is more than fine, as long as they kind of have an idea of, hey, they're coming in and they're going to be here like time now. That's what we're looking for.
Copy. Yeah, I was more. I know when we were training on Friday, and I called 30 seconds. I was kind of waiting to pop smoke so I could see the smoke where it was going, and I noticed that I called 30 seconds when I was about 10 or 15 out. So the smoke barely started coming up when I was getting ready to drop. So I think mine might have ended up a little long because of that. So I just wasn't sure exactly when to actually have them pop smoke.
Yep, affirm. And when you give that 30-second call. That's generally when they do put that smoke out, and it'll be the same tonight.
Okay, copy.
All right, so the next hurdle is sling loading. So if you don't have it bound to something, it's Control B to bring it up, and then you can also use it with the left and right brackets, and then B to attach. You'll hover. You got to be within 10 meters over the box to pick it up, and then once you go, just remember, your altitude's going to have to be a little bit higher, especially if you're trying to do anything in reference to, avoiding enemy, fire or whatever. You just got to remember that box is hanging down there about 10 meters.
Affirm.
So with this, just remember, you're going to come in, and the 5-line I give you for this, assume that you're actually doing a sling load to the task force. So don't make an assumption that we're not under, task force conditions. So when you come in here, I want you to do it, as fast as you can, but still smooth. And some of the things I'm looking for is rocking the bird. So say you come in, you flare, but you flare too much, and then the bird starts going in reverse. Those are the things that I'm going to be watching for. So either reverse or, a left and right and a left again. So what we want to see is a smooth come in, put it right where you want it to go, you let go, and then you get out of there.
Okay, copy.
All right, do you have any questions on either airdropping or sling loading?
Negative.
So I'm going to go ahead and give you the 5-line here. I'm actually going to give you, and then, so once I give you the 5-line, just read it back to me, and then we'll go fly it. So we'll do the demo first, and then you will do it second, okay?
Okay, copy.
Give me 1 second here. Stand by.
Copy.
Phoenix, this is Dagger on 70, standby for 5-line.
Dagger, this is Phoenix, ready for 5.
Line 1, 15116 resupply point. Line 2, 0511 7, KP5, green smoke. Line 3, power lines, rolling hills, radio tower, and buildings. Line 4, friendlies 200 meters to the northeast, no enemy contact in the last 5 minutes. Line 5, airdrop, ingress bearing 228, egress bearing 127, call 30 seconds. How copy?
Dagger, this is Phoenix. I copy. Line 1, 151 169. Line 2, 051 197, green smoke. Line 3, power lines, rolling hills, and radio tower. Line 4, friendlies 200 meters to the northeast, no enemy contact. Line 5, ingress 228, egress 127, call 30 seconds. South copy.
Peace, Scissor Jackets, solid copy.
Alright, so now that you have it, go ahead and open your map and let's plot it out.
Okay.
And show me what you got.
So 051, 051, 051, 197, 051, 197. Ingress from 228.
Yeah, so just mark the destination and then a flight path.
Copy. Ingress. Bearing 228. 228. Ingress 228. Egress 127. Egress 127. So I got one. And I got two. Okay, I believe that that's correct.
Go ahead and map your DC.
I'm sorry, map my what?
Your destination spot, DC drop zone.
Oh, okay. Okay, DZ marked.
Would you mark that on?
Group. Oh, you know what? You're not on my group. Let me mark it on. Let me redo it on side channel. Oops.
Perfect. All right, too easy, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I got us the generic little path there. All right, so now if you look at where you're at, what's the altitude of that drop zone?
One second, pulling it up. I got an altitude of 238, so I want to be at 288 minimum on my ingress.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and hop in the bird. If you could, unlock the controls, and then I'll fly this first one here. Just give you a demo, and then you'll fly after that.
Okay, copy. I don't have an unlock controls option.
You have to scroll your wheel.
Affirm. I got. Oh, I got him. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay, your bird.
I have the controls. Copy, everybody. This is Phoenix 2-1, flying on frequency 75. We are 1 times UH-60 Mike. Just pulling. Good spool. Copy, everybody. This is Phoenix 2-1. Show lifting and resupply point for direct departure to the north.
Alright, flying with the master now. He's got controls. He is smooth as butter. He's been doing it for quite a while, so.
So we're going to go ahead and max speed this over there since it is a little bit of a journey.
Okay, copy that.
Copy, this is Phoenix 2-1, staying off frequency 75. Good day. Hey, this is Phoenix 2-1, staying on frequency 70. We are 6.3 kilometers to the northeast of your current location, over. Alright, so since we're about 5 clicks out, I'm going to go ahead and start setting up.
Okay.
Because it'll come up on you a lot faster than you'd want it to. Gonna hold 200 here for a little bit. Altitude looks good. Looks like we've got some Wind turbines, we're gonna have to fly up and over, and then back down.
Copy that.
Dagger, 30 seconds. Deploy smoke. Dagger cargo out.
All right. We hit our egress right here, and then we tail out, right? So if you have your SIMS window open, you can see roughly what your bearing is. So it's supposed to be 127, but I'm a little off. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and establish an orbit here.
Copy.
And in a second, we're gonna see how we did. Looks like from here, looks pretty good. Looks like it was a little south. Let's see.
Phoenix, this is Dagger. Stand by. 4-5 line.
Dagger, this is Phoenix. Go ahead with 5 line.
Phoenix 5 line is as follows. Line 1, 0, 5, 1, 1, 9 or 7, KP 5. Line 2, 1, 5, 1, 1, 6, 9, Gravia. Line 3, buildings, vehicles, air traffic. Line 4, friendly airfield. No enemy contact reported in the last 24 hours. Line 5, sling load. Ingress bearing 136. Egress, pilot's discretion. Call 30 seconds. How copy?
Dagger, this is Phoenix. I copy line 1, 051197 KP. Line 2, 151169 Gravity Air Base. Line 3, hazards are buildings, vehicles, and air traffic. Line 4, friendlies and air, no enemy contacts. Line 5, ingress 136, egress, pilot's discretion, sling load. Over.
Yes, that's good. Copy.
All right, so now that that's out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and pick up our box. All right, if I can find it. All right, looks like I'm right next to our little port there, right at the entrance. So I was a little bit off. We'll see how far. Pull up. Pull up. See, that's what we want to avoid, all that rocking.
Copy.
Dagger, half box.
So it looks like I was about 25 meters off, so that's not too bad. All right, and we are RTV.
Okay, copy. I know you are going to be my section chief and the future, from what I understand, CO. I wanted to find out from you, especially for sling loading and things like that, your opinion on using auto hover. I know Captain Bowman said that it was okay to use, but I wanted to find out, since you were going to be the one testing me, if there would be marks taken off if I dipped into an auto hover, trying to pick up that box or what.
I would prefer that you didn't use it, just so that you get the skills. If you feel like there's no other way, then yeah, I mean it's fine. You can go ahead and use it. So one instance where we're specifically going to tell you to use auto hover is if we're doing an air assault with a fast rope, just because of the way the system works. That's the only way we can guarantee some amount of can't think of the word, but
Stability.
Yeah, that'll work. But yes, that's the only way we can guarantee some amount of it actually working.
Okay, copy. I'm good with that.
Okay, so when you have a box, like I was saying before, generally 150 is about the target, just because the box, it has a tendency to break the rope. So if you look at, I don't know if you have your SLA up, but if you look as we start going faster, you'll start to see that box jumping around down there. If it's doing a lot of that, generally, it's better to go ahead and slow down.
Okay, copy. Yeah, I do see it. The on the right, the red bar, the altitude bar jumps from red to white and things like that. What is that?
So that bar is supposed to tell you how far you are from the box, and we just dropped it. See if we can find it. And that's the issue with sling loading. So if that happens, it's not going to be against you. I don't know where that box went. Do you?
No, I tried to jump out and take a look, but I couldn't see it land. Yeah, that was the issue that I've been having in this server specifically. I'm not sure about the training servers, but this one specifically.
I'm going to go ahead and give you the controls back so I can see if I can't find it.
Copy.
Controls are yours.
Controls are mine.
Alright, I'm going to take the controls.
Copy.
Controls are mine. Pull up. There it is. Alright, in front of us, you see it?
Yeah, see it now.
Alright, got it.
right, there we go. All right, so back to where that red bar is actually an indicator of your AGL, above ground level, as it stands right now. So you will see once you go in, it'll show, 10 meters or whatever. But 10 meters is where you got to be. You got to be 10 meters or lower to actually pick it up.
Okay, copy.
But yeah, I couldn't tell you why it bounces back and forth like that. So we'll stay at 145 and hopefully we'll drop the box.
Roger that.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. All right, so I know when I gave you the 5 line, I said air base or friendlies or whatever. Assume this is, an actual AO that has had some, contact recently. So I want you to come in and drop the box with that in mind, okay?
Okay, copy.
Dang it. We might get to do this. See it, let me know.
Hey, firm, I'm on the outside looking.
I don't think it was this far back.
Right below
There
you,
it is.
right below you. Yeah, that's the problem we've been having in this server is I don't know if it's a server spike or what, but we keep losing our
And it
boxes.
fell over. Man, it's just not a good day for sling loading.
Right.
So there is another way to do sling load, but it requires someone on the ground to actually attach the box. It's through ACE, but it's kind of a burden for one pilot. All right, so we're 2.3 clicks out. Let's see if we can actually get there without it falling off.
Copy.
So you'll notice like the glide slope here is a little bit steeper. Well, not steeper, but it's higher because we got that box hanging down.
Roger that. Still manages to keep that at like 0.5.
Alright, so that's actually a bad drop because it rolled.
A copy.
Alright, you want to go ahead and, actually hang on, I'll get it. Control's yours.
Controls mine. .288 AGL.
Alright, go ahead and fly that first 5 line.
Okay, copy. Gravity Air Base, this is Phoenix, lifting from Mike 3, rearm repair, direct departure to the north.
Yeah, so when you come in to do the sling load, don't let it roll like that.
I'll try not to.
Nobody likes to have their ammo tossed around.
Two two 127 egress. Gravity Air Base, this is Phoenix signing off 7-5. Good day. Fuck, what did I write? 288. Dagger, this is Phoenix signing on 7-0. We are 4.7 kilometers to your northeast.
Hey, firm, standing by.
Dagger Phoenix, 30 seconds out. Pop smoke.
Affirm, deploying smoke.
Tally your green smoke. Dagger cargo away.
It is this dagger. Beautiful drop.
Copy Dagger.
Alright, go ahead and transition to the second 5 line, and we'll do that piece.
Okay, copy. Do you want me to spin around so I can ingress from 136, or do you want me to just go on in?
However you want to do it, it's fine.
Dagger Phoenix cargo hooked.
Affirm.
I'm kind of afraid to go too fast.
Yep, no, that's fine.
Now, in this situation, do you want me to just stay on 7-0, or do you want me to call Gravia and advise that we're inbound and all that?
Just stay on 7-0.
Okay, copy. Dagger Phoenix, 30 seconds out.
Affirm, deploying resource.
Dagger Phoenix, tally green smoke.
Pull up. Pull up.
Ah. Dagger Phoenix. Box is dropped. Yeah, that got a little choppy there.
Alright, go ahead and take a landing spot. Actually, no. Actually, don't. Sorry.
Phoenix, this is Dagger.
Dagger, this is Phoenix. Go ahead.
Stand by for 5 line as follows. Line 1, Gravia Airbase, 145167 KP7. Line 2, 072154 KP1. Line 3, Buildings, Hills, and Trees. Line 4, Friendly is 150 meters to the east, no enemy contact in the last 15 minutes. Line 5, Air Assault, ingress bearing 284, egress bearing 165, call 30 seconds.
Dagger Phoenix, say again, line 2.
Affirm, line 2 is 072154 KP1.
Copy. Readback is line 1, Gravia Air Base 145167. Line 2, 072154 KP1. Hazards are buildings, hills, and trees. Line 4, friendlies 100 meters, no enemies detected. Ingress 284, egress 165, air assault. I'll copy over.
Phoenix, that's a good copy.
Oh, 72. Oh, 72. 154. Oh, 07. Okay, so 072154 puts me in the middle of the ocean.
No, it doesn't. 072154.
Disregard. I was reading my map backwards.
Okay.
07. 172, 154. Air assault. I want to ingress from 284, so 284 ingress. And I want to egress 165. Egress. Okay, does that look good to you on the map?
Looks solid. Do you know which direction you're coming in from?
A-frame, I'm coming in from 084, so I'll be coming in from the, I'm going to be traveling southeast, so coming in from the northwest-ish.
It's 284.
Copy. Bearing 284 coming in.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't catch that either. Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Bearing 284, and then egress is coming in this way, and I'm gonna go out, and I'm gonna go out 165. Okay, I think that should be better, hopefully.
I think you put it on group.
Oh, shoot. Side channel, so we're coming in. Two, 8, 5. And then we are egressing 165.
Looks good.
So we will. Okay, sorry, that took me longer than I wanted it to.
It's okay. Hey, Edwards.
Yes.
Are you forgetting something?
We weren't on Gravia channel, that's why I didn't say anything on Gravia.
What was line 1?
Pickup grid. I gotta pick up my troops.
There you go.
Shit. Okay. Gravia Air Base, this is Phoenix, signing on 7-5. Approaching from the south for direct landing at Mike 3 helicopter parking.
You want to recheck your grid.
145. Shit. Okay, copy. So in the little grassy area there behind the tower. Oh, I see him. Never mind.
Yeah, sorry, my grid was just a little off.
Gravia Base, correction on that. We're going to be direct landing at the terminal. Gravia Air Base Phoenix on the deck. Fuck. Move on.
Alright, they're retarded. Alright, all troops are loaded.
Gravia Air Base Phoenix, lifting from... Shit! Gravia Air Base Phoenix lifting from Mike 2 terminal area, direct departure to the south.
Yeah, don't feel bad. Everybody seems to forget about line 1.
Right. When I heard Gravia, I was like, well, we're already at Gravia, so I don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, no big deal.
Gravier Air Base, this is Phoenix signing off 7-5. Good day. Dagger, this is Phoenix signing on 7-0. We are 4.7 kilometers to your southeast.
Hey, from the solid copy. Let us know 30 seconds so we can prepare to jump out.
Affirm. Dagger Phoenix, 30 seconds.
Hey, from 30 seconds.
Dagger Phoenix on the deck.
Affirm.
Alright, good job. Go ahead and spool down.
Okay, spooling down.
Alright, how about that?
Copy.
Look at these dudes. Giggity. All right, follow me. All right, so that is the end of exercise one there. So the next piece is flight under fire. So a lot of the missions that we do, reinserts, resupplies, reinforcements, air assaults, there's a high chance that we will encounter any of the weapons that we see here and then some. All right. So generally speaking, small arms fire is perfectly okay for us to come in, do a chop, pick something up, whatever the case may be. It's always good practice if you're taking shots through the window, turn the bird around and land so that they can't shoot you as the pilot. Your bird can take a little more hits than you can. So you always want to try and protect yourself first and then the bird. All right. So
Copy.
small arm fire, that's all going to be perfectly okay. Anything more than small arms fire, so like the dish guns and the cords that you see here in front of us, you got the two cords on the right or left, and then the dish guns on the right. They're same weapon, just on a different type of stand. These are the type of weapons that you don't want to have out there on the battlefield when you're going in. In addition to that, there are anti-air threats. So you see the Shilka, which is same thing as the Zeus cannon with tracks, essentially. You have the Igla chair, which is really pretty deadly for us, mostly because we don't know it's there. And the only time we figure out that it's there is either through recon or we already flew over it and they're shooting at us. And then last but not least, in terms of AA threats, you got the Tunguska. So the Tunguska is by far the deadliest of those three. Of those four, if we include the Zeus cannon in there. And you know what all those look like, correct?
Affirm. The Shilka is the auto guns and the auto guns with the radar. The Tunguska is the missile launcher with the radar, and then the ZU cannon is like a seat-mounted quad weapon, I believe. No, it's a seat-mounted dual missile launcher. Is it a missile launcher or an auto cannon? I know what it looks like.
You're talking about the Zeus cannon?
No, I was talking about the ZU chair.
Oh, the Igla chair. Here, I'll put
Yeah,
one
the
real
Igla
quick.
chair. Actually, I have the document pulled up. I see what the Igla chair is now. Okay.
Ah, really? Oh, that's what an Igla chair looks like. Did you take damage?
No, I didn't.
Whatever. Now it's just going off. All right, there we go. Behind you. That's an Igla chair. Dude sits in it. He's got I think he's got 2 tubes and 4 rockets that he can launch, so he can reload that. So if you see that, just know that's a pretty big threat to us, especially Phoenix and Lancer.
Okay, copy.
All right. So what we're gonna do in a minute, I'm gonna have you get in your bird, and then you're gonna fly basically the direction that we're facing, and I'm gonna shoot these near you, and I'll try not to hit you. No guarantees though, just so that you kind of have an idea what they sound like. So if you do hear those, then just know that it's probably not a good idea for you to stick around.
Okay, copy.
All right. Let me re-put your bird down because I accidentally removed it. So you will have to reset your radios up. Apologize.
That's okay.
When I got rid of those dudes, they were in the bird, so I decided to go with them. All right. Do you have any questions about flight under fire?
Negative.
All right. So go ahead and hop in your bird, reset your radios, and then go ahead and fly to the west here. And you don't have to fly a racetrack. Just get out there and hover a bit, and then I will shoot these puppies at you. Won't hit you, and then we can continue on with the next exercise. Okay.
Okay, copy. Dagger, this is Phoenix 7-0 spoolie.
Hey, firm, solid on spooling. Okay, this is Dagger on 7-0, radio check.
Have you Lima Charlie on 7-0 Dagger?
Read to the same.
Dagger, this is Phoenix lifting.
All right, first up is the Dishcom.
Copy that.
Hey, firm, did you get a good idea how that sounds?
Yeah, it sounded a lot like Small Arms, but a little faster.
Hey, firm. All right, and here's the chord.
Copy on that. Sounded very similar to the Dishka.
Just one. All right, so now we're going to go move on to the jet exercise. So I'm going to give you a 5 line here coming up. You got to make the decision whether or not this LZ is safe, okay?
Okay, copy.
Phoenix, this is Dagger, stand by for 5 line.
Dagger, this is Phoenix, ready for 5 line.
As follows, line 1, NA, line 2, 0, 9er, 6, 1, 1, 5, KP3, green smoke, line 3, power lines, trees, line 4, friendly is 20 meters to the south, enemy contact 30 seconds ago, line 5, HVT pickup, ingress bearing 157, egress bearing, pilot discretion, call 30 seconds, once you have HVT, RTB.
Dagger, copy. Line 1, NA. Line 2, 096 115, KP3, green smoke. Line 3, power lines. Line 4, friendlies 30, correction, 20 meters to the south. Enemy contact 30 seconds ago. Ingress, line 5, 157. Egress, pilot discretion. HVT pickup. How copy, over?
And that's a solid on your reback.
Alright, so 096 115 096 096 115 LZ ingress 157 and then we're going to egress to the east. Dagger, this is Phoenix, 30 seconds.
Hey, Verum, 30 seconds to point smoke.
Dagger Phoenix, tally your green smoke. Dagger, this is Phoenix taking small arms fire.
Affirm.
On the deck.
Can you open the door?
Right door open.
Go, go, go.
Phoenix lifting, egressing to the east. Are you in the bird with me? Two 122. Correction, 2123 on 70.
Go for 2-1.
Interrogative, I never received a drop-off point for the HVT. Do you want me to return to the AO, or do you want me to return to Gravia?
TV.
Roger, RTB.
Phoenix, this is Dagger. Stand by for 5-1.
Dagger, this is Phoenix. Ready for 5 line?
Phoenix, need a RTB uniform change to CH-47. Line 1 is Airbase Gravia. Line 2, 148110, KP8, green smoke. Line 3, buildings and trees. Line 4, friendly is 20 meters to the west. No enemy contact, 30 minutes. Extract, ingress bearing, 045. Egress, pilot discretion, 12:30 seconds. How copy?
Dagger Phoenix, I copy. Line 1, RTB uniform change. Line 2, 148140, KP5, green smoke. Line 3, buildings and trees. Line 4, friendlies 20 meters to the north, no enemy contact. Line 5, 042, egress, pilot discretion. How copy, over?
Phoenix, correction, line 2 is KP8. Line 5, ingress bearing, 045.
Copy, line 2, KP8, and line 5, ingress bearing 045.
That's a solid copy, Phoenix.
Copy, signing off 70. Gravity Air Base, this is Phoenix signing on 7-5, approaching from the south. On final for direct Mike 3 helicopter parking. Oh my god, seriously? Gravia Phoenix on the deck, Mike 3 helicopter parking, spooling down. Gravia Phoenix signing off 7-5. What the fuck was that? Oh my god. I have no idea why he just did that to me. He just lit me up with my own freaking chain gun. I'm sensing that was to tell me something.
I assume you got hit?
Oh, I got lit up.
Yeah, so you bled out and went unconscious.
No, I'm saying I don't understand why I got hit. Why did I get open fired on?
What do you mean?
I mean, why did my own chain gun open fire on me after I returned to base?
Oh, you're... Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Maybe this IDAP guy doesn't like you.
Maybe, yeah.
I came over here and I'm like, what the hell happened?
No,
I
I was running out, and all of a sudden my minigun opened up on me and took me out, and I thought it was a test from you or something.
no, that's not part of this. Just Charlie Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, just ArmA being ArmA, I suppose.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I came over here and I thought you got hit there at that LZ and just managed to get there and bled out. That's what I thought.
No, yeah, it was just my dude in the helicopter. I thought, oh God, maybe I was supposed to unload him first or something, and whatever.
No, that was not me. All right,
All right,
yep,
cool.
just continue on.
All right, Phoenix Heavy.
Yay for.
I always forget which side of the bird. Alright, so we are going to 148140. 148. One four eight 140 KP 8. Dagger, this is Phoenix Heavy on 70. Correction,
Go for Dagger.
Dagger, Phoenix Heavy on 70. Interrogative reference line 2, 148140, destination grid, KP8, correct?
Phoenix, that's the negative. Grid is 148110, KP8, green smoke.
A-frame, copy. God damn, man. I gotta fucking 148 110. Alright, so we're coming right about in here. Objective LZ. Okay. I'm gonna ingress 045. Ingress from 045. Gravity Air Base, this is Phoenix Heavy signing on 7-5, spooling at Mike 3 helicopter parking, 1 times CH-47 Chinook. Gravity Air Base Phoenix Heavy lifting from Mike 3 helicopter parking, direct departure to the southeast. Gravity Air Base Phoenix Heavy signing off 7-5. Good day. Dagger, this is Phoenix Heavy signing on 4-6, signing on 7-0. We are 4.6 kilometers to your east.
Okay, for 4.6 kilometers to the east.
Dagger, be advised, we are taking fire. I am hit. Bird is still operational. We are pushing through.
Here, solid copy. Phoenix, this is Dagger.
Send it.
And from, I believe you just flew past us.
Copy. Dagger interrogative, you're on the island, correct?
Negative, we're on the mainland just to the south in the little peninsula that juts out.
Copy. I'll be 30 seconds out. Go ahead and pop green smoke.
You turn pop the smoke. Heavy got direct visual of you to our west.
Copy that. I have a tally on your green smoke.
Affirm.
Dagger.
The stagger. Use the stagger. Speak to me.
Please wake up. Please wake up.
Phoenix, this is Dagger, over. Phoenix, this is Dagger.
And at least I'm in an orbit. I'm gonna get recycled.
Pull up. Pull up.
Dagger, this is 2-3 on 7-0. How copy?
Copy 555.
Okay, so apparently my map plotting sucks because I was in the mainland for that LZ. Then when I was in my approach, I was just getting ready to call you and tell you that I was aborting when I got a direct hit to the face, and I'm actually amazed that I was in a stable orbit, and I was wondering how long I could have stayed in that orbit before I ran out of fuel.
Yeah, no, that's pretty funny. I was like, how am I going to do this? I'm kind of amazed that they scored a hit on you like that, though.
Yeah, I had a burst come from my right, and then I had a burst come from my left, and I was getting on the radio to call you, and I just got one right in the face.
Damn. Yeah, so I think Zeus is dying on me here. All right, so what do you think about that last LZ there?
So that last LZ was definitely too hot for me. There was way too much direct fire, accurate fire coming in, and I definitely would have waved off on that. It seemed like it was a little bit heavier guns than the first LZ, so I definitely would have waved off on that one.
Yeah, for good call. All right, go ahead and switch back into the Blackhawk, and we'll do our last exercise here. Actually, disregard. Let's go through the curriculum here first. All right, so that was flight under fire. Again, like I said, remember the first thing, you're the most vulnerable part of the aircraft. I
Right.
didn't intend that to happen, but it at least illustrates the point quite well. So we already talked about anti-air threats. So the four main ones: Zeus Cannon, Tunguska, Shoka, and Iglachair. Now for the Iglachair, know that there is a AA variant of enemy that carries one of those on his back. So they're just as deadly and whatnot. So now we're going to talk about the radar and the countermeasure information that you have.
Okay.
Excuse me. So when you're in any of the birds, you're going to have the send screen. So that's the one that tells you where friendly air is, friendly ground. Foot mobiles don't really show up, so that's kind of a moot point. And then you'll see a lot of the times it'll be ambiguous. It'll be white. So you rarely ever see and the red. So typically what you see is white, and then you'll have to discern between and you will see friendly for the A10, but that's as far as it goes. So additional, piece of that send screen, you will see the laser target of Dagger, Thunder, or Warlord's target screen, and that's a red star basically. Depending on how good your eyesight is. If you are looking at the docket right above where it says laser spot, you see a signed target. There are instances where you as the gunner will see that. And what that indicates, pilot.
Chief, you're cutting in and out on me.
All right, give me a second.
Copy.
All right, is that better?
Affirm.
All right. So if it starts again, just let me know. All right. So yeah. So if you're looking at the document and you got that sends the black, you'll see laser spot and right up the assigned target. So the assigned target is a radar designated pilot. So it has the ability in Warlord to select targets. All right. So if you see that, that's what that is. And then right above that is the mark brackets. You will see that quite often as the gunner. Can you still hear me fine?
Yeah, you're cutting out just a little bit still, but I can still make you out.
So you will see that marked target as the gunner quite often. All right. So now that we got the targeting stuff out of the way, we'll move up to the sends actual what is on the send speed. As you can see, the panel module is the sensor. You'll have the radar. It's either blue or it's gray. Blue is it's on. Gray it's off. If you're heading, you'll have the display range. You can set it at 2.4 and 32, I believe. Speed and target altitude too, along with type and distance. Only display radar engaged and are actively flipping through different targets. So the last little beast I want to talk about is the target with active radar. You're going to see that on the very, it's going to be white dot. What that means is there's likely a Tunguska out there. Could be something else, but whatever that is, it's an active radar target. It is, it's not passive. It is really searching for aircraft. So what that typically indicates is, hey, there's AA in this area. I need to be cognizant of where I'm flying so I don't fly too close to that and then get a missile launch. All right, so then if you're looking at that sense display, you're going to see the orange cone. That means they're going to be they're locking you up. It means that's your first indicator to get out of there. And then if you don't, you move from the orange red, means they've launched a missile at you, and it is now you got to employ your countermeasures, evade the missile that is coming at you. All right, so E is the missile on your send screen. It's going to look like that M with a red circle around it. So you're going to want to have your radar display up at a resolution that you can tell at about 1.5 to 2 clicks out where that missile is. So you got to time your flares in just the right time that it will still be close to aircraft, but the missile will lock on to the flares instead of you. By the time it'll say like you soon, it locks onto the flares, but you move. All right, so now it has 2 targets from opposed to just the one. And this is saying ideal world. This is what it's going to do. And if you do it, obviously, hey, check. So you got to time it just right. Generally, 500 meters out is time to do it. All right, so then once you have successfully evaded the missile, you're going to want to try. You don't want them to fire. You're going to either hit that ECM. You're going to get behind a mountain, a hill, something, anything that separates AA threat. Does that make?
Absolutely. Get the hell out and hide somewhere.
Perfect.
Question. So when they lock on, I see a lock and say it's coming from my east. Then I want to start evasive maneuvers. I would assume I would bank to my left, drop altitude, but I do not hit countermeasures until actually the missile is launched and it's within that 1 kilometer to 500 meter range, correct?
Yes and no. So if you launch but no missile launch, go ahead. I would say go ahead and hit your ECM. That's the electronic jammer, and then get out. If you get a missile launch, obviously you're going to start half aid. So you want to go in the opposite direction of the missile generally, because you don't want to continue flying towards the AA threat. So if you're flying north and it comes from your east, you want to hit west there. So get as much distance between you and the AA threat as possible.
Okay, solid copy.
All right, so clarification screen, what you see there, see some stuff, but you got to remember that the Blackhawk, Lancer, and Phoenix Heavy passive radar, you're not going to see, like, you can't scan for enemy threats. So only way you're going to see them is if they either have sure that they're giving off a passive radar can detect, or they have active radar going. Does that make sense?
Affirm.
Right. So that's why those igloo chairs are such a. All right. So if you don't have any questions on the radar symbols and the SIN screen, go ahead to the countermeasures. So there are in every bird there are a multitude of countermeasures through. So let's go ahead and go back to the cock and we'll just walk through it.
Okay, copy.
All right, so look at your top right. You should be, depending on where it is, should be an A, and then it'll say like 1F, 1S. It might not be 1, it'd be a different number.
Okay, I have AN ALQ 144, which I know is the electronic countermeasures.
Yep.
I have CM burst. I have timed. I have timed 16 foxtrot / 4 seconds. And that's
so
it.
the F
And that's it.
is 16 flares 4 seconds. So each one of those has a little bit different. The burst, the time, they're all the same thing. It's just the way it disperses is a little bit different. So in the specifically, you'll see it has, it'll see like 2 flares, 4 flares, 1 second, and 4 flares, 4 seconds. That goes all the way through. So generally speaking, the G flare mode, hear that. So on the Warlord, this is A, B, C, D, F, E. G flare mode is generally the most effective at rate and number of flares it puts out for evading any threat. The Lancer, own CM has no flares, it has no chaff. Chaff is not shook. Let's see. You'll see a little bit of this in day 4. There's, of course, so you can evade and retaliate, which is really only going to be G. And then you have evade.
You're cutting out on me again, Chief.
Is this better?
That right now it is.
Okay. So in the world, so you have evade and retaliate. Say something, it's chasing you or whatever, or you locked up. That's the only weapon system that you can really effectively neutralize. The other 3 birds, you're really only on escape. So you evade the missile and then just get back out of there. If you are in the Warlord, if you do decide to retaliate, you got to make sure you know where that location is from. You can use your sense along with the gunner to help them a little bit, but you got to make sure that you're communicating throughout the entire.
Okay, copy.
And then the last note here on your ECM, it does have a cooldown, so it'll last a minute, and then there is a cooldown after that before engage. So if you're coming in for a reinforcement, supply drop, or whatever, best to just go ahead and act in there, and then do whatever you got to do, and then get out. And ideally, you're before that thing runs out. Make sense?
Affirm.
All right.
Question real quick so I can do a quick keybind. The countermeasures is located, is that under common or vehicles? Where's the countermeasures located at?
It should be. Give me 1 second. It's going to be under weapons, and then at the very, very bottom.
Okay, so that's that.
So countermeasures will be the deploy, and then the mode will be between them.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
What's that? Oh,
I didn't mean to spool up. I placed it on my throttle stick and it spooled it up. Okay, copy.
are you good with? Okay, you good?
Yep, all good.
All right. So we're gonna move into exercise 3 here. So it's the radar detection test and then the evasion. So you will get a missile launched at you. It's your job to evade and then prevent me from shooting another one at you. Okay. So for detection test, start locking you up. Be about a 3-second lag between the lock and the. Once that missile goes, you. Do you have any questions?
You cut out when you said 3 seconds before the lock and the missile launch. I didn't catch what was in between that.
1 second. All right. Must be that time of night.
Right.
All right. So, all right. So for this next piece, for the rig, once you get a lock, it's going to be 1 to 3 second or missile launch. So the orange, and then you'll see the red indicators that a missile has been launched at you. So once the missile has been launched, it's your job to evade it and then prevent me from shooting another. Okay.
Okay, copy.
All right. Do you have questions at this point?
Negative.
I went ahead and established a racetrack down to the southwest. You see it?
Affirm.
All right. So just anywhere in there. It doesn't have to be exact.
Okay, copy. Are you ready for me to lift?
Oh, sorry. Let me hop out.
Okay,
But you're good to go. You're good as soon as I hop out.
copy. Gravity Air Base, this is Phoenix. 1x UH-60 Blackhawk spooling at Mike 3 helicopter parking. Gravity Air Base Phoenix lifting from Mike 3 helicopter parking for direct departure to the southwest. Gravity Air Base, this is Phoenix, signing off 7-5, good day. Dagger, this is Phoenix, signing on 7-0.
Hey, this is Dagger. Good to have you with us.
Dagger, this is Phoenix on 7-0.
Over, Dagger.
Be advised, I have a radar contact bearing 135 from my position.
Okay, firm. Curtis, this is Dagger. You see the orange cone?
Dagger, Phoenix, say again your last.
Hey, firm. Are you seeing the lock?
That's a negative. I have a object with a radar. I do not see a lock. Missile, missile. Mayday, 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 Dagger, this is Phoenix. I've taken a hit. I have lost engine. Attempting to auto-rotate.
Hey, firm. Missile strike. Take auto rotate.
Fuck! God damn it! Dagger, this is 2-3 on 7-0. I'm up.
Hey, firm.
Damn it. Dagger, Phoenix on 7-0 spooling.
Hey, firm. Swell. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and give this another try. And, I want to see you evade successfully.
Copy. Dagger, Phoenix lifting.
Hey, firm. Lifting. Alright, go ahead and get into your racetrack.
Copy.
Hydraulic
God
failure.
damn it!
Engine failure.
Dagger, this is Phoenix. I've been hit. I've lost
Warning.
engine.
Fuel pressure
I
critical.
have an auto torque. I'm attempting to land.
Hydraulics failure. Engine failure. Warning. Fuel pressure critical.
I'm hitting the D.
Alright, go ahead and get in, get a racetrack. I want you to be 3 clicks from that AA.
Copy. 3 clicks from the AA.
Yep, so just fly much east-west where you're at. That'll put you about 2.5 or so. That should be good.
Copy.
And then once you're ready, go ahead and
Copy. Lifting. And I'm ready.
hey, firm standby.
Missile incoming.
Hydraulics
God
failure.
damn it!
Engine failure.
Well, this is a fucking abortion.
Warning. Fuel pressure critical.
Alright. Spooling.
Aaron, spooling. Hey, let's take a step back here, and then get out of the air and into the radar. But I want to talk a little bit about technique here. So as soon as you get like that, you want to be, getting it to fly away from the AA. So on east, you want to turn left to go north, all right, if it came from the south, as an example. The measure mode you're using, it looks like it's only shooting out like flares. It's hard for me to see it in the thing, but you want to be on, send out as many as you possibly can when that missile is to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, A-firm, be advised, the first two I tried the timed 16F 4 seconds. The last one I tried the CM burst. So both of those I was hitting it. They were at least 500 meters, maybe a kilometer, and I was just kind of mashing on the button there as I was trying to start to bank and dive. But it seemed like it just went right through both of those.
A-firm.
Okay, lifting.
A-firm. Hey, keep in mind, there's nothing stopping you from spamming that CM burst.
A-firm.
Are you ready?
We'll affirm.
Once you get to the end of your racetrack, just swing in just a little bit.
Copy.
Alright, go ahead, RTV.
Copy
Pull
RTV.
up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Warning. Critical
You have got to be.
damage.
Dagger, Phoenix, be advised I was so excited I missed that missile. I flew into a hill.
Phoenix, this is Dagger. Read you 1 by. Please say.
Advised I was so excited that I evaded that last missile that I decided to fly into a hill. My bird is destroyed. I'm injured, but I'm treating myself.